Welcome, Boo Believers.
Hey, Scream Hearts.
It's time for another Deadsville horror talk. And we're here today with a review of Imaginary, the new Blumhouse supernatural creature feature, I guess we call it.
I guess so. You just did, so.
That's where, I guess, kind of where we're leaning. Oh, man, our sound is working. There we go. TJ watching, Jack Whiteman watching, Anna O watching. Hello, hello. You need to slide in a little more. You need to be center frame here.
Well, we didn't even check this. We were just like, let's just go live.
Yeah, we just jumped in here. All right. Now we're looking good. Now we're center frame. There we go.
I mean, I am, but.
Whatever. Lucky I don't have camera 2 to make your face huge.
I am lucky. It's a big face.
Anna said stars. Thank you, Anna. Mwah! Thank you, Scream Art. And Anna says, hey, Steph Infection and Ronin. How are you, Boo Believers?
Anna.
We are very good, Anna. Thank you for asking. How are you doing? And all of you Scream Hearts and Boo Believers out there, check in and say hi in the live chat. Thanks for joining us. We are going to review Imaginary, the new Blumhouse feature. And we're going to do a spoiler-free first take. Then we're going to read some news and do some chit-chatting with you guys in the chat. And then after we go through today's headlines, and I think we have a teaser or two that we're going to watch, then we will dig deeper and go do some more spoilery talk and get a little more in-depth review for Imaginary.
Yeah.
So then later, once we do all the news and stuff, we'll give you a warning. We'll let you know if you haven't seen Imaginary yet, you'll probably want to tune out and come back later after you see it at that point. Yes, so we're going to give the spoilers at the end. We're going to do spoiler-free first, then we're going to do some news, and yeah, we're going to watch some trailers and teasers and stuff. Yeah. So it should be fun.
There's
stars
happening this week in horror.
Oh yeah, we got stuff coming out, and we got all kinds of stuff. So got a lot to talk about. All right, before that, though, we'll introduce ourselves. I am Deadsville director Ronin James. I've been a stuntman for like 20-plus years, stunt coordinator, second unit director. Went to school for film way before that when we were still cutting film. Give you an idea how fucking old I am.
An idea. That's okay because I'm still processing film in radiology school, so that's how old I am.
There you go.
They don't even teach it in the books anymore.
No, they don't teach how to cut film nowadays.
They don't even teach you about film.
Yeah, so that's how old we are here. But yes, now I direct. Now I direct, produce content, shoot movies and skits and reels and all that fun stuff. Anna says, I swear the goth skits are everything, by the way. Keep them up. Good. Thank you, Anna. I'm glad people are digging them. I'm glad they're connecting with people out there.
And I hope you guys, there are bands behind us, so if you have any trouble hearing us, please let us know.
Yeah, let us know. There are some bands playing tonight.
We're usually pretty good.
The mics usually, we have lav mics on. They usually pick us up, and not so much, especially when we're talking. You tend to not hear the music so much. But yes, Steph Infection on my left here. Oh, wow. TJ sending stars. A whole bunch of stars. How did I not see those?
A lot of stars.
Oh, okay. I got to keep an eye on the, yeah. TJ, thank you. Mwah! Scream hard. Mwah! Man, I'm going to have to shave before I see you next time when I kiss you. At all these stars.
Big old kiss.
Kristen Dior checking in. Kristen, great job DJing for us last show. Awesome job, Kristen Death.
Seriously.
We had a blast.
Yeah, I told her everyone loved the playlist. It was so much fun.
Yeah, the Hellaware Punk Parties, in case you haven't heard, we are having a good time. It's usually 2 live bands and a DJ spinning punk classics, all your favorites that you can sing and dance along with. $2 PBRs until 10 p.m., Bar 13, Delaware, second Friday every month. And we got a special one this week, don't we, Steph Infection? Tell them about it.
We have 3 bands on this Friday. We have no DJ. However, it is a special Hellaware Punk night. We have Burnt Mill Ghosts, the Stivs, and Houston and the Dirty Rats.
3 awesome bands.
Like high
energy funk.
Fun funk. But seriously, it's going to be such a great show. So
all the bands have played with us before, but they haven't played together with us yet. And
I think they were good.
every one of them are, totally.
Yeah,
all three are bands. People dance. People have a really good time. Every band show up and play for us. Yeah. So make sure you come out if you're in the area on Friday. It's $13 at the door.
Doors are at 7:30. Music to start at 9, and we will start at 9 sharp. So
yep. And it's going to be a good time. And again, $2 PBR talls, not them little Johns.
No.
You get the tall boys for $2.
Boys.
$2. $2 make you holla.
I like tall boys.
I bet you do.
Clearly not.
You like all boys.
I do like all boys. I like different boys. All the boys. They're all my scream hearts.
Steph, Jack says Steph's volume can go up a little bit. Let's adjust your mic here.
Yeah, we
maybe.
can't do my volume. But
you're up at 6, right? Check yours real quick.
I am. Is that any better?
Check it.
It is at 6. It is at 6.
All right, good.
Check.
All right, well, we got you a little closer now.
All right.
Kristen says, thank you very much, and curtsies. Logan Sears watching. What's up, Logan? Thanks for checking in. Ivy I'm not sure how that pronounced that, Ivy. But thanks for checking in, Ivy. Ivy says, I enjoy the Darkly content. Dirk is popular. Dirk is quite popular. He is quite popular. Anthony Noble's watching. He says the T is silent. The T in, I don't know. What did we miss?
I don't know. Am I the T? Am I?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. You can fill us in, Anthony, in the chat. All right. Well, do you have your? I should bring up the IMDb, I guess, huh? You have it?
I got it up.
So you can just read it. I mean, I was going to bring it up on the screen. Should we show them the trailer again? Everybody's seen the trailer. We've watched the trailer a bunch of times for Imaginary. So we finally went and saw it. Like, the trailer came out. If you follow me on Daily Booze, we've watched the first trailer, and it was kind of underwhelming. It seemed slow, and I was not very interested, to be honest. I was like, okay, it looks like a possessed Ted, cool. Okay, I could be cool with that, but nothing really reached out and grabbed me about that first trailer when we watched it. And then
the second one.
They released a second trailer, and you really got to see.
I don't know if I remember the first trailer. I just remember this trailer.
The second trailer?
I thought it looked really good.
Yeah, well, when they released the second trailer, you really got to see the creature, that this was more than just a teddy bear talking to her, that there was actual, monster lurking here. Yeah. This was a creature feature with a supernatural twist.
Yes, but I still couldn't pinpoint what was going to be the whole storyline of the movie, which I actually liked about it because I couldn't piece it together when I watched the trailer. I was like, are there multiple people? Are there multiple things happening? Are these multiple homes? Is this I couldn't put it together. So I like that. So I kind of went in not knowing what to expect. So.
Yeah. All right. Well, why don't you tell us about read the synopsis first of all.
It's a very short synopsis, and this is the longer version, actually. So a woman returns to her childhood home to discover that the imaginary friend she left behind is very real and unhappy that she abandoned him. I am shocked that they made that I should have read that before.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why they would make that
what, the
synopsis?
Well, because that's what the movie's about.
Yeah, but I didn't actually realize. I don't know. I didn't realize that until the end of the movie. All right. Anyway, it is a Blumhouse, right? So
it's Blumhouse Pictures. Writer director.
You want to say there's?
So our director was Jeff Wadlow, and overall, I thought it was directed okay.
What else did he direct? I liked a lot of the direction in this, and
I did. I liked
certain.
There was stuff creepily in the background. There was little things that you could spot. I missed a couple of them. Yeah,
I was like, "There's somebody," and you're like, "What?" I missed it. And I was like, "There was again," and you
No, he does a really good job of putting stuff in the background and doing some crazy stuff.
And not making it obvious.
Yeah. It doesn't point it out to you at all.
I was just like, oh, and at first I was like, are my eyes playing tricks on me? But no, even just the way some of the camera angles were throughout the movie to help the storyline, I really liked it. I thought it was good.
Yeah, the direction I thought was pretty good. where I have an issue probably with the writing, I guess, because I fell asleep in the middle of the movie. And
yeah, you missed like something.
So I felt like when I was falling asleep, I could feel it happening, and there was a lot of exposition going on and a lot of talking. And I felt like everything was grinded to a halt with the pacing of the thing. And I was like fighting. I was keeping one eye open. And I'm like, I'm just going to rest one eye right now while they go through all this exposition. Then I'm going to rest the other eye. I'll switch.
There was another guy.
And then both eyes started to go. And then, and then another guy behind is like
snoring. And I could hear you. And I was like, what the hell? I was like, are you sleeping? You're like, yeah.
And it wasn't like the movie had my interest, but it just got to this part.
Scene. Yeah.
It just got to this one part. I was like, okay, this is just dragging right now. And it seems like this tends to happen a lot in movies nowadays between the second and third act.
They have to explain how we're getting to the third act.
Yeah.
And it's not happening organically.
Yeah.
Now,
and also I feel like,
bad,
but here's the other thing.
This one wasn't that bad.
Here's the other thing though, like, I feel like I don't need it. Like that's like I don't need it all. Like I feel like they do too much explaining in some of these things. I like the old school approach of, look, man, it's just evil, it's just possessed. That's what happens. They go way too like
made her a little simpler.
Right. Yeah. I'm totally cool with just like, it's evil, it's possessed, it's this thing. You know, I just felt like the whole thing, like I totally fell asleep, and I won't go into it because it's a bit spoilerish, but there's a whole thing with the character's backstory, and when I woke up and I was like, how the hell does this person have all of this?
And I was like,
knowledge dump. Well, she knows everything. She's complete expert on everything. And it was just, there was just this whole like, dump of information that was not
simpler, like
quicker. I just felt like they just tried to do too much. They try and over explain, I feel like sometimes.
Yeah, and I'll get into like I love seeing these, and I know that I'm not like a writer really. I direct a little bit now, but like I'm like, oh, I would have done this and this to just make this quicker in the second act.
Yeah, I mean, one of the rules in post-production when you go to edit your project is that, you know, if it feels like it's dragging, you want to go and you want to make sure that every scene, every bit is helping to move the story along. And if you feel like you're at a part where there's a lull, then you probably need to cut something. So you need to go in and analyze that part where it feels a little slow. And it's tough if you're editing yourself because that's your baby. And it's always tough to sit there and be like, oh, but I really want that line in there. Oh, but you know what? That line might not have anything to do. And that too many lines and I'm falling asleep.
We're probably going too much into it. However, it was a little, this one storyline of this character and their like arc.
Yeah, I don't want to rag on it too much.
It just came out like you were like, oh, and then it was like a lot of information at once. That I was like, okay.
Then it was just an exposition. It wasn't even like they didn't do flashbacks and stuff, right? It was all just like blah, blah, blah. And they're just explaining all this stuff. And I was just like,
Yeah, you were out.
That's why I faded out.
I know.
But the beginning was awesome. The setup was good. I really liked the intro. Like when they started off, the intro was really good.
I missed like the first couple seconds. However, I came right in.
Yeah, you just missed her jumping through the little door. And that was about it.
By the way, I just have to say, Logan said the T is silent in Tall Boys.
Yeah. Okay. I saw that. Tall Boys, yes.
Like, oh, I get it.
Justin checking in. Yeah, real quick. Logan sending stars too. Thanks so much, Logan. Mwah, scream. Ooh, scream hard. Woo. TJ says, I can't hear anything. Is it just me? Oh, okay. Okay. Jack Whiteman says, resting one eye sounds good on paper. Yes, Jack. It never ends well. Starts off with one, and surely it's soon enough. It's both eyes.
How do you just rest one eye? Like, I can't even wink.
Oh, I try and shut one eye, and I'll be looking through one. I'll just be like, all right, let me close this eye. Wait. I'm also trying to let you guys know that I'm falling asleep. But like usually, like
I don't pay attention to you until I hear you breathing at me, and I was
like,
I
jumped.
And I was like, is Maddie?
Maddie felt me jump. Mouse Cravensworth tuning in. What's up, Mouse? Thanks for checking in.
Hey.
TJ says I didn't care for it at all.
I know. I told him before we went that he was like, oh, I don't like it. That's my TJ voice. I don't like it. Maybe you guys will.
All right. Well, I'm going to talk about some of the positives. I spent enough time talking about the negative.
Dude, I really like this. I like this.
I get. Yeah. And I might have been.
Like, I don't really.
I was pretty
know
high, and I ate an
before.
edible too. I will mention that. So
I
maybe
did
the
not.
slow part probably was really slower to me because I ate edible. But I mean, it was like the acting was good.
No. That slow part was slow.
It was slow.
It was
Okay.
slow. Yeah.
All right, so it wasn't just me, and the guy behind me was snoring too. So it wasn't just me.
Yeah,
That's...
it was loudly snoring. I really liked it. I thought it. I'm just gonna say overall, like my first take, I thought it was interesting. There's like a twist at the end that I wasn't crazy about.
I actually liked the
Storyline.
twist.
I like one of the twists, and there was one I was like, okay, and I don't know, maybe I would have done it differently, but I appreciated it for what they were going for, and I liked the whole thing. There was jump scares, and now I did say at one point, I don't know if this will read as good streaming at home. Like, I think a lot of it has to do with like the sound
being big.
But I still think it's going to be a cute movie. I just think was probably scarier. I mean, I was covering my eyes. I was holding my ears at once.
Yeah. What's this rated, by the way? Because would this be considered gateway horror? Is this, are we calling this gateway horror?
Absolutely.
Yeah. PG-13, hour and 44 minutes, PG-13. There was only minimal. There was only like 2 parts with actual blood, right?
Yeah.
With actual blood.
One was like a scratch, but one was pretty cool.
So let's go through our cast. Yeah. DeWanda Wise plays Jessica, and she's I
don't know what else is she in. Jurassic World.
There you go. She was good enough. She's like the try-hard stepmother in this new kind of relationship, I guess. She's like the new stepmom, the new wife of Max, Tom Payne, the musician. And he's got 2 kids from a previous marriage, Tegan Burns and Piper Braun. Piper Braun playing the young one, the younger kid.
She was really good.
She was good, yeah. And when you have a movie like this, it's going to hinge on how good your young actor is, because that's who you're kind of, I mean, it kind of bounces between. You're kind of following the mom, Jessica. Jessica, yeah, you're kind of following Jessica, but then you're also following Alice.
Because they have very similar stories, like life stories, and similar mental and physical scars, and you get all that in the first.
The similar physical scars and everything like that. There was definitely a lot of
a connection between them. But the little girl that played Alice, I thought she was such a great little actor. Even like her parts where she was like kind of cocky and snarky, like, and comedic, like she was funny. I liked it. Yeah, she was good.
Tegan Burns was good enough playing Taylor, the bitchy teenager who's just mad.
Yeah.
So one-dimensional.
Yeah, she was good.
But that's the character. I mean, that's what you're getting here. She's the older sister. She's protective of her younger sister. She hates the stepmom. She hates that she had to move and, oh, my friends, and, typical teen angst.
Yeah, that's what the old lady was in Carrie.
Oh, was she?
And I knew she looked familiar.
Who was she in Carrie?
Miss Collins.
Oh, okay. Well, I will say Betty Buckley in this, it's kind of, you can tell something's up with her right from the beginning. Just her acting and her whole, like...
Well, she's the crazy neighborhood lady, kind of.
Yeah, but there's more. That's deeper than that. Like, I had a feeling that she knew, like, right off the bat, like, she knows way more than she's letting on.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I did get that.
But I mean, she was good enough. Liam Matthew Sato, the kid next door, he was such a douche.
Oh my God, he was such a douche.
That was great, though. He was good. The cast did a really good job. Yeah, I mean, overall, I dug the movie. I enjoyed the first act and the last act. It was that middle act that was kind of like, man, because they went through all kinds of exposition with her dad and with the neighbor, and there was just all this stuff where there was just a lot of like,
well,
blah 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 blah. Instead of like show don't tell is another rule that they tell you. So like,
been kind of wrapped in a few lines of just
the dad stuff. At least they showed flashbacks, so at least they did show a little more than they did tell with his with the dad's backstory with Jessica's dad, which he was good too. Samuel Salary played Ben, and he was good. He was really good.
I feel like he's in something that I.
Stranger Things. Well, look at that. All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
I don't know. Stern orderly.
So
Anyway.
yeah, all right. Well, I mean, do we anything else we want to note on that? I mean, the creature design was really good. Not to give anything away, but if you've seen pictures online, there is a Chauncey Beast, which was why I wound up seeing the movie. The first trailer didn't show the Chauncey Beast. The second trailer did, and I was like, "Oh my God, look at that thing! And look at the big."
Yeah, that was fun. I was not into it because of that. Like, I was like, I don't know. I think
the whole third act
takes my favorite. Like,
okay.
The first act was my favorite.
So, and I really like the first act too, because I like the whole setup. I thought was really good. The setup was really good. The payoff at the end was it felt good. It paid off at the end. I felt like it was good. It tied up everything, and I dug the ending of it too. It was just that spot in the middle that the pacing dragged and it kind of lulled for me. That was it. I thought they just could have moved it along a little faster. Other than that, I thought it was great.
Explain obviously what's happening at some point, and and
I just think they went over. They over explained. I felt like that was it. That's all. That's my. If I had a gripe, that's what it was. There was just over explain, and it happens in so many movies nowadays because writers, directors, they feel like the audience is kind of dumb, so they have to spell it all out for you. I like a little mystery. I don't need to always know. That's why I don't need all these damn origin stories. Sometimes I don't care where the evil comes from. Just let it be evil.
Let it be evil. I get it. Yeah. But there was such a twist at the end of like why things were happening that I feel like they needed to explain, but there was too much talking with it. So I don't know. We'll get into it with spoilers, or if you see it. But I will say there was like 2 twists at the end that I was like, I was loud. I was like that loud lady in the theater. I was like, what?
Yeah, the twists were good. They did have a couple. Coming. Yeah, it did have a couple good twists. And the one I didn't see coming either. Like I saw the one, I was like, I have a feeling. But I did not see the other one where, and we won't give it away till later in the show. We'll get to it later.
You saw like the late one.
Yeah.
I didn't see that. But the one, I was like, holy crap. And you usually call things out, but I think we were all kind of shocked. So, yeah, I liked it.
It was pretty good. All right.
I do want to just give a little shout out to our friend Seglak. I have my Imaginary Friends shirt on that they made to raise awareness for mental health, which actually ties into this movie pretty well. So
there you go.
Cohen made this, and
shout out to Cohen and Seglak.
Buddies. Yeah.
Slasher Duck checking in. What's up, Slasher Duck? And Brian Reinsfelder asks, what's your expectation of Megan 2? I'm a huge fan of James Wan, so ridiculously stoked.
Yeah, we know. I mean, James Wan is like my favorite.
Yeah.
When it comes to franchises and stuff. I don't have high expectations for Megan 2.
Really?
No, I think it's
I thought it did good, so I figured it'll be good. I mean,
it's going to be good, but I'm not like amping myself up because
I can't amp anything until we see anything. I can't get amped, but
I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be
I suspect it'll be as good as the first one, hopefully, especially if Juan's producing it. So I think it'll be another fun movie. Adam Leota checking in. What's up, Adam? Thanks for tuning in. All right. Shall we get to some news?
Sure.
What is this popping up here? No, I don't want a newer version of Outlook. Thanks.
No.
All right, let me bring up some different stories. Yeah, they're falling behind here. Well, they got one good one here on iHorror. We're going to watch a trailer, Boo Believers. So let me bring up our screen share here. Bear with us for a second. And then let's pick our view.
I like the big one.
I know you like a big one. We are all aware you like a big one, Steph Infection.
I would learn by now. Like I would learn. Hello, Adam.
All right. So we got a trailer here, and we're going to take a look at. Dude, it just brought it up again. I don't want any. Okay.
All right.
This is on iHeart. Now, I've talked about this one on the Daily Booze a little bit. In a Violent Nature is a very Friday the 13th-ish new film that is making the rounds in festivals right now, and people are raving about it. People are talking a lot about it, like a new Jason on the way, and here we got a shot of our killer with this crazy fucking mask on. Looks like like some kind of welding mask or an undersea. You got chains and this like it looks like the Submariner from Scooby-Doo almost with that helmet, and he's got some kind of hatchet in his hand. So this thing is supposed to be really fucking violent, and people are talking about it being really fucking violent. And there is a new trailer, so we'll read a little bit here. A new trailer was recently dropped for the highly anticipated slasher film In a Violent Nature, promising a thrilling twist on the classic genre. Penned and directed by Chris Nash, the movie made its debut earlier this year at the Sundance Film Festival, garnering attention and acclaim for its innovative approach to horror storytelling. Watch the new trailer for In a Violent Nature below, and we'll get into that once Steph Infection rejoins us. The film centers around the enigmatic resurrection, rampage, and retribution of an undead monster named Johnny, set against the backdrop of a remote wilderness, described by Variety as featuring a mass killer named Johnny traipsing through the woods, camping teens, a local who escaped death years ago, and buckets of gore. It promises to deliver the quintessential slasher experience with a fresh perspective. And they're not even, I don't see if that they're talking about it here.
Is my sound working?
Your sound should be fine.
I just unplugged it and now I plugged it back in.
Well, it wouldn't have, unplugging it wouldn't have done it. You would need to mute it.
Yeah, well, I may have hit a button.
Okay.
So can everyone hear me?
Yeah, it's working.
Okay.
So this thing is told from the point of view of the killer. That's what I have read so far. Like, you follow the story from the killer's point of view. And from what I understand, they... now you got me sneezing. Staph infection, Jesus. This is all your fault. Anyway, these kids unleash they disturb a burial ground, and it's from the point of view of this resurrected zombie slasher killer that he gets revenge. So it's like his revenge story because they deserve it. And I love these movies where shitty humans, especially shitty young humans, go out and do shit that they shouldn't do and trespass and fuck around.
It would be me.
And then they pay for it.
We've talked about this. I'm that person that's going, if I see something like, I don't, like a cave, or maybe not a cave because there's bears in caves, but you know what I mean. Like
you're going down in the hole that opens in the earthquake.
Yes, yes, I am.
All right. Well, let's watch this trailer here. We'll see
All right.
what we have, Boo Believers. You ready? In a Violent Nature. There he is. Yeah, the camera's like right over his shoulder. It's like a video game. It's like you're playing Friday the 13th, the video game.
What the fuck?
Animals don't get too hung up on reason. They just keep killing.
Oh my God.
Nice. The body comes floating up. Nice. Only in theaters May 31st. Yeah, we're gonna see that one in the theater.
I'm really curious to see how they, because you know, like you're not feeding off of the drama and the suspense of like
running from the killer.
Yeah,
yeah. It's gonna be a different, totally different feel to this one. All right,
interesting.
Yeah, I dig it. Let's bring since we watched the trailer, now we can bring our screen back up. I'm gonna read a little more. Let's see. Nash's vision for In a Violent Nature goes beyond the conventional tropes of the genre. Instead of focusing solely on the victims, the narrative is primarily tethered to the to the perspective of the killer, providing audiences with a unique glimpse into Johnny's reign of terror. This approach, as highlighted by Variety, allows Nash to play freely with the storytelling, offering a refreshing take on familiar themes. So yeah, it's going to be you're going to have all the familiar tropes of a slasher movie, of a Friday the 13th, but it's going to be told from Jason's perspective is pretty much what he's doing.
Yeah, it's really cool.
It's a cool.
I don't even care how, suspenseful it really is. I just like the
it's
whole
just a cool concept.
So.
Yep. Shudder, the popular streaming service known for its curated selection of horror content, is set to host In a Violent Nature. Following its theatrical run, Samuel Zimmerman of Shudder praised Nash's clarity of vision, noting that the film blends classical slasher elements with revolutionary cinematography reminiscent of Gerald Cargill's Angst. According to Zimmerman, Nash's goal was to create an artful slasher that evolves the genre's language while retaining its core hallmarks. Scott Schumann, head of AMC Network's film group, emphasized the immersive experience of watching In a Violent Nature in theaters. He described it as a different experience, citing the film's exceptional slasher kills as the communal thrill of sharing the cinematic journey with fellow horror enthusiasts. And yeah, that sounds like fun, like going to the theater and having a bunch of other people in there, and we're rooting for the fucking killer as he fucking walks up on these motherfuckers and just mercilessly.
Let's not say we have cheered for people to get killed.
Oh yeah, absolutely,
so many times.
Absolutely, but this one, like we cheer for people to get killed when it's not the perspective of the killer, though. When they're the hero, we're cheering for them to get killed. This is going to be the perspective of the killer, so we're really rooting.
I don't know. I feel
I'm going to be rooting for him.
I know you're going to be. I might be one of those people like, no, turn around. No, here he comes.
Oh man, no, this looks really cool. Like all those shots, just like all those shots that hit like the wide walk-in. It looks like like you're playing as Jason in the video game.
I know,
and it looks really good.
It is.
That's cool.
Wait, does he start out with the bag and then he does?
No, he finds it later. Yeah, he finds the bag later.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's very.
So there's a poster
movie?
for it.
The sun.
Town that dreaded sundown.
Yeah.
Well, that was. Jason also wore the bag first too. But
I know.
All right, starring Rye Barrett, Andrea Pavlovich, and a talented ensemble cast, In a Violent Nature promises to be a standout addition to the slasher genre with its May theatrical release date fast approaching. Fans of horror cinema are eagerly awaiting the opportunity to immerse themselves in Nash's chilling world. So what do you think, guys and gals and ghouls? Are you in? Are you going to check out In a Violent Nature in the theater?
How could you not?
I know, right? If you're a fan of it.
It's just like it's new.
TJ says, I'm a fan of slashers, so I want to see it.
Yeah.
And Maddie Morningstar checking in. Hey, Mads, says, I love the concept of telling the story from the killer's perspective. Super excited for this one. Same. I really dig the concept.
Mm-hmm.
Tim Day checked in. Marky Cobain, thanks for tuning in.
Hi, guys.
I missed a couple faces coming into the group here as we're going.
All right. It's busy,
Yeah, it's a busy day. Justin Seelig says, oh, I'm all over this.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a good one. I'm definitely into this. So what was the date? It's
May 31st.
May 31st.
Wait, isn't that maybe that's it's probably the week after Memorial Day, or is it Memorial? It would be probably the following week, that Friday or Thursday. Definitely going to see that.
Trying to find the date, but I don't see it on here.
It said only in theaters May 31st.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yep, May 31st. All right.
Yeah.
Let's jump over to Bloody Disgusting because we have another fucking teaser to watch. In case that wasn't enough.
All I saw, I heard this. I haven't watched it, but I
haven't
saw
watched it
people
yet
say
either.
how
Here we
good
go,
it was.
everybody. I know, where are the Alien fans at? Here's the Alien Romulus teaser trailer. And this is on Bloody Disgusting from John Squires. Here's a still from the teaser, I'm guessing, and the classic Cenobite.
Yeah.
With those steely teeth and the inside mouth.
Looks really good. And with the ring. Looks good.
Yeah. All right. The Alien franchise officially becomes a Disney property with Fede Alvarez's Alien Romulus. And the teaser trailer has been unleashed today. And that also means that the Alien Queen is now a Disney princess.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would she? Oh, okay. So she would have to go on the Disney princesses, not even on the villains.
Right? She's a princess.
Damn.
Alien Romulus will be released only in theaters on August 16th, 2024. Watch the first official trailer for Alien Romulus below, which gives us glimpses of the iconic facehuggers and the xenomorph, but mostly soaks us in mystery and suspense. We had been hearing that the new movie would be taking a more contained approach to the franchise, seemingly channeling the spirit of both the original classic and the video game Alien Isolation. In Fede Alvarez's hands, the Alien franchise may be truly terrifying again. Here's the brand new official plot synopsis for Alien Romulus, which comes in the wake of Disney reviving the Predator franchise in spectacular fashion with last year's Prey. While scavenging the deep ends of a derelict space station, a group of young space colonizers come face to face with the most terrifying life form in the universe. And that's crazy. Disney owns both Alien and Predator.
I gotta rewatch all these.
So, all right. Well, here's our teaser. Okay, I'll read this as well. Alien Romulus takes place in between the first two films. So between Alien and Aliens, this one takes place. So I wonder if they'll have like any kind of, like they're going to have Easter eggs. They'll have some kind of talk of Ripley or something. There's going to be something. It's been described as an original standalone feature, one that will focus on a group of young people on a distant world. It's always about the young people these days. I wonder if they'll be tattooed up.
Oh my God.
Like the Crow.
Nipple eyes and stuff.
Nipple eye tattoos and bad mullets and looking like they sell
All right, Screen
copper
Hearts, let's
wire.
all go out and get some
Nipple eye tattoos. Brittany Fox checking in and sending stars. Mwah, Brittany. Thank you so much. Hello, love. She says, hello, my loves.
Oh, hello, love.
Thanks for joining us. You're just in time for the Alien Romulus teaser, our first watch here. Here we go. Let's do this. Alien Romulus. Oh, wait. You know what? Let me fix our view first. Sorry.
I said that.
Yes, I know you did. All right. I'm getting there. Settle down, infection. Back for 2 shows and think you're taking over the place.
Run.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
God.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
I got chills.
Motherfuckers are fast.
Ah!
Man, that looks fucking good.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Fede Alvarez. That's what I'm fucking talking about. Fuck. Yes. Oh, man. Did you guys watch that one yet today? Did you see it yet? Comment. Shit, that looked fucking good.
It looked really good.
The fucking set looked amazing. I mean, the sets looked fucking great. It harkens back to the Nostromo days of the fucking first one. The confines of a fucking space station or something. I fucking love it.
Mm-hmm. It looks like it's going to be a lot of action.
A lot of action. Dude, I mean, I love that we can do this stuff now. Like, I love practical effects, don't get me wrong. But the things we can do now with the face huggers, with the CGI, like CGI has come a long way and looked pretty good. And it looked really good.
When you do it right.
Yeah, with those things exploding out of that door and coming around like a swarm of spiders. Fuck! Fuck! You couldn't do that with practical unless you spent a fucking year in like stop motion or something like that. That'd be so fucking tough to do some stuff like that. So that CGI looked really good too.
Good.
Oh
really good.
man, that is fucking.
Good.
That looked really good.
Oh, I gotta wait till August.
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, I mean, and I expect a lot of blood. Fede Alvarez's his track record is good. He's obviously, we both enjoyed that Evil Dead remake that he did in 2013.
Yeah, that was a good one.
And he's bringing that same grittiness to this. Yeah, man, it was a good teaser too. I really liked the way it kind of just like pulled in and kind of gave you that feeling like you're
there,
stuck in a ship, and you're hearing stuff going on in different hallways, but you can't kind of tell where it's coming from, and then it just throws you into the fucking chaos. I thought that was pretty cool.
Scary.
Great fucking teaser. And yeah, man, I'm stoked for some aliens.
This summer I gotta rewatch all the aliens.
Yeah. Well, I don't have to watch all of them, but 1 and 2. You should watch the first one and Alien and Aliens.
Yeah,
the two best ones. So and especially since they bookend this movie, so that's this way we can kind of pick out if they have some Easter eggs.
Yeah, absolutely. It'll be fresh.
Or callbacks. Yeah, to the, since it takes place between them, then maybe we can spot it if we watch them right before we see it. So, a little refresher. All right, Boo Believers, what are your thoughts? How'd you like it? Are you stoked for some aliens? It's crazy. Again, Disney owns Aliens and Predator. It's fucking nuts, man.
Disney's just taking
they own everything. I hate it.
Oh, well.
All right, I'll jump over to Joe Blow here. Let's see what we have. Goosebumps, David Schwimmer set to star in second season. Bless you.
Oh, thank you.
Everything we know about Beetlejuice. Not a whole lot else. There's Ghostbusters interviews. Mercy. Deranged Squirrels horror comedy. Beetlejuice. Brightburn 2. Oh, James Gunn has no plans to make supervillain horror sequel.
I was like, I got a little excited. I'm like,
that's a shame because I really like Brightburn 1, but he's got to be so fucking busy. He has no plans.
That's not where he needs to put his.
No, he's reworking the DC universe, so that's where he needs to be.
Yeah.
We got a Ghostbusters Frozen Empire review.
Let's see, because that's coming out this weekend, correct?
I believe
and
so.
And the Devil, that other one's coming out also. About the TV show?
Which TV? The Devil.
Inside You? What is it? No.
Not the Devil. Devil, you are such a pervert. You know that? Devil inside you. I'll bet you want some devils inside you. Good Lord.
What is it called?
Which movie we're
it just
talking
happens.
Late Night with the Devil you're thinking of. Yes, Late Night with the Devil.
That's a little sexual sounding too.
Not as sexual as the devil inside of me or whatever it was you said.
I said inside of you.
Inside. Oh, you want to put the devil inside of me, huh? I see.
think that's already a movie. Oh, shit. Devil Inside is... Wait, what?
In Excess. Yes, it's a band. The Devil Inside.
Oh.
You don't remember the band In Excess? Devil Inside.
That's a song. Okay.
Yes, it's a song. All right, we're going to take a look at one more story here before we jump back to our spoilery review. This one's on Fangoria. And, yep, a squirrel with a finger. The Scary is a new horror movie about deranged squirrels. Director Craig Roberts will helm the film with Rhys Ifans and Olivia Cook set to star. This comes from Ryan Scott.
I so wish I had my squirrel finger puppets right now.
Yes, totally need them. We've had many various sorts of creature features over the years, with everything from sharks to rats terrorizing people on screen for our collective entertainment. Director Craig Roberts of Eternal Beauty is about to put his own unique spin on the horror subgenre with the upcoming film The Scary. Roberts will not be utilizing a classically terrifying beast. Rather, he will be focusing on a pack of deranged squirrels. Yes, you read that right. According to Deadline, Roberts is directing from a script by Tim Telling, with production due to begin early next month in the UK. The film also has a meaningful budget north of $12 million, meaning this isn't some ultra-low budget affair. The cast will be led by Rhys Ifans of Hannibal Rising, Olivia Cook of House of Dragon, Papa Asiedu of The Lazarus Project, Mia McKenna Bruce of Vampire Academy, and Antonio Thomas of The Good Doctor. As for the story at hand, synopsis reads as follows. synopsis. You want to read the synopsis? I'll read the synopsis.
You read it.
The Scary follows two pest controllers who are called to an eco cafe in a country park to investigate what begins as a routine vermin problem. But as nightfall approaches, an avalanche of deranged squirrels descend, wreaking revenge and mayhem on the staff and visitors in the park. With many fatalities, the survivors take shelter in the cafe as a freak storm takes out the power and communications, leaving them isolated and under attack. An eclectic mix of survivors include pest controllers, a sulky teenager, go figure, hypocritical vegans, and a drug dealer. There's only an outside chance of survival. And what is this? I don't know. Who the fuck is that? Why is that? Does not. I mean, I guess she is one of the stars in it.
Maybe.
And
that doesn't look like squirrel.
No, that's like there must be something else that she's in.
Squirrels in that.
Oh, House of Dragon. So that's
yeah,
Olivia
yeah.
Cook, probably
Okay.
from House of. I've never seen House of Dragon, but I'm assuming that's
Me
what that
neither.
is. Yep. So, Water and Pal Productions, Cliff Edge Pictures, blah blah blah, producing, blah blah blah. It's great to be back in business with the legend that is Craig Roberts. From his visual flair and skill with the camera, meant that the moment we read Tim's incredible script, there was only one man for the job. Craig brings a humor and wit to his work, which is ideally suited to a horrifying rodent apocalypse. Yikes. You may want to think twice about sitting in your garden or visiting your local park after seeing this movie, Bate added. Through Craig Roberts' unique directorial prism and with our stellar cast, we'll witness the forest sending in their fur-clad foot soldiers to avenge their mistreatment. It's time for nature to bite back. Oh, boy. Roberts, the director, Craig Roberts himself, had a brief comment saying, quote, "I'm really happy that somebody has employed me again." End quote.
Oh, wow. That's it? He's just happy to be employed? Oh, I need to see this. I'm seeing this. It's squirrels. Those little bastards.
That's his quote.
I always think they're trying to kill us because they run in front of the car and then they just stop and look at you and make you swerve out of the way.
Oh my God, this motherfucker said, "I'm really
If
happy
Adam's
that
still here,
somebody has
obviously.
employed me again."
Seinfeld.
Holy shit. Oh God, Dan Dye checking in. What's up, Dan? Thanks for tuning in. Well, let us know, guys. There's no poster or anything for this. Oh yeah, there is. There you go.
Yeah.
Squirrel eating a finger.
Yeah.
There it is, boo believers.
Come on.
Squirrels. Jack Whiteman says, sounds cheesy. Sounds a little squirrely. But
Oh.
Justin C says, Stephanie, if you don't do a squirrel puppet horror movie, I'm gonna cry.
It's on. I just have to write it. I gotta get little props. Maybe Maddie can make them for me.
Yeah, there you go. Jack Whiteman says, and that's right up my alley. It's the sounding cheesiness. So yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Squirrel fucking pack rampage.
Yeah.
Wow. You get all kinds here on Deadsville Horror Talk.
I mean,
rampaging squirrels.
I'm gonna hold it. I need to see the trailer. Like I'm gonna have to see the trailer.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to see the trailer. That's the way I am nowadays anyway. I need to see some trailers. Let's see. All right. We've talked about them before, right? I don't think we have anything else. 4 hours ago. American Horror Story
Ooh.
Delicate Part 2 trailer.
Yeah, I'm not happy. I mean, I'm not excited for
Give
this.
birth to a monster.
Yeah, but Delicate Part 1 was so fucking boring.
Was it?
It was
Okay.
so boring. So I'm gonna watch Part 2. If anyone watches American Horror Story, let me know what you thought of Delicate. But I thought it was really bad. They're just recycling all these old stories, and it's based off of the book. So she's gonna give birth to some demon. I don't know. So I'm gonna go watch it. Obviously, I want to see what that looks like.
Yeah. All right. Well, Baghead on Shudder. See if
That
there's
doesn't
anything
sound
else.
PC.
Prepare for Ghostbusters and Beetlejuice with Screambox's Supernatural Comedy Collection.
Okay.
All right, that's gonna do it for the news for today.
Mm-hmm.
Boo believers, we can jump to our full
Just talking about imaginary.
now, some spoilery stuff. So at this point,
If you haven't seen it,
If you
and
haven't
you
seen it
don't
and
want to
you
be spoiled
care,
by anything,
yep, now's the time to bail. We won't be offended if you bow out. We know some of you still plan on seeing the movie and don't want it spoiled. If you've seen it and want to discuss spoilery stuff, now's the time we're going to do it. And if you haven't seen it and don't care and just want to, listen to us talk a little more, stick around.
Yeah.
We're going to dig deeper. Pass me a shovel there, Stephen. Yeah, we haven't had the shovels in the... Bonk me in my head, Stephen.
All right. Get to digging. That's so pathetic.
I have a concussion now because you bonked me.
Well,
all right. Let's dig deeper on this one, shall we?
We shall.
Okay.
So I kind of gave even just my we talked about it a little bit, but we want to start like in the opening, that opening scene. I really liked.
Yeah. I really liked the opening. I thought it did a good job of setting it up. It was and it was funny too because she kind of forgets. Like as the story, Jessica has no idea.
Well, she doesn't kind of forget.
She forgets it all. Yeah.
How much do you remember from when you were 5? Yeah,
she's having like the dreams and waking up from the dream with the boyfriend, and then they decide to go to the house because it's her happy place, and
and move because So I don't know. I
you get the whole setup with the family, with her having these nightmares. You saw this flashback of her being saved by her dad.
Her mother died. Her dad then quickly got dementia after, and I was like, something happened that caused this break, and it was probably more than just the mom dying. Like I thought something was definitely up with that.
Right.
But I don't know. They moved back to the house.
Yeah, which I found a little weird, but okay. I mean, they.
Well, it was her dad's house, and he's in a home, so I don't find that weird at all. Like I moved into a
but if she has all these nightmares and stuff, how is that home her happy place? Like that, because her husband's like, we're going to your happy place, and then she goes there, and the nightmares stop.
I completely understand because in her mind, her mom and dad were still together. Like her mom was still alive, her dad was still well. She was happy because she had an imaginary friend, which we find out later, that was making her kind of happy. And you can even see at the end when she leaves and the dad saves, her.
Well, let me ask this. Maybe, what do you think of, is there a possibility that the entity was kind of reaching out to her and causing her to have nightmares until she came home?
That's very possible.
Because we do find out later.
It is possible.
That's one of the big twists at the end.
Yeah.
See, now that when you get to the end, we should just unveil the big twist at the end now. Because it kind of, like when you go back, it's going to reframe some things that we see in the beginning now. Mm-hmm. That's why I'm saying, like now when I'm thinking about it, after letting it sink in over the day, now that we know the twist, was it the entity trying to call out to her and pull her back in? Because he tells her at the end, I wanted you all along. This wasn't about Alice. I'm just using Alice because you got away and I wanted you.
It's probably it. They never say that.
They don't say it, right? That's one of the things that they don't explain.
Yeah, one of them.
See, that's the kind of stuff I like to think about, though.
They kind of did. He said, that was Bane. And so that's very possible that they were able to do that. I did think just that being her happy place was not far-fetched, though, in general, because this, she had a happy life there. And even we see her when she's leaving at the end and the dad saves her, she's still excited. Like, she has no idea that something bad almost just happened,
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
All right. All right, so we get all the backstory. We've revealed the twist, but leading up to the twist and all that, the whole thing with the...
Well, they set this up for her to find this teddy bear, Chauncey, and Alice, and they're like, "Oh, let's play hide and go seek." And I'm like, "Oh God, it's always hide and seek in a house, like where creepy stuff starts happening."
Yeah.
Always. So then she goes down the basement, and this was like the first. I was like, "Oh my God!" I saw like the black
thing moving.
It was just standing there. No, it was just standing there. Not, and you didn't even see it, but I was like, is it playing tricks on me? But then it wasn't there, and then it was there again. So I knew it was meant to be there. So she finds the bear, and she's like, oh, like she can hear something talking to her.
Do we see her pick up the bear and actually walk away with the bear?
Yes.
Okay.
She opens the door, and the bear's just sitting there. However, we see something scurry away, and then the bear's there.
Right, but does she physically pick up the bear?
Yes.
Yeah, I guess we do. Oh, yeah, because
She-
later on,
she can see the
when
bear.
they reveal that twist, she does see the bear. But
her
the
and-
bear's really not there.
Yes.
So that's our other.
And I want to tell you. So
That was the twist that got me.
That was the twist that got me.
That was like some M. Night Shyamalan Sixth Sense type twist level shit.
She has this teddy bear, and
Through the whole fucking
whole movie, and Jessica's like that damn bear, and at one point, she goes to see her dad.
Well,
and
she
he's
keeps
like,
talking about the imaginary friend too. Like,
Yeah.
oh, she's got an imaginary friend. Listen, she's talking to her imaginary friend, and
but it sounds like her voice too.
Mhm.
And she's like, oh, she's making him talk. But then we do get a glimpse in the bed where you see the bear move and say something. And I was like, ooh, shit, it's really
Yeah.
talking. And that was kind of corny, but I liked it. Like,
I
was
liked that the bear was moving. I liked that the bear was, dude. The one scene I really loved, and because you missed it, the first pass when she goes, she's like scared. She goes to sleep. She's like, "Oh, yeah, we're gonna play hide and seek." And Chauncey, I gotta hide. She's like, "Oh, hide between us."
yes.
And she hides in between the two of them in the bed. You can get in bed and hide with us. We'll hide you. And they're underneath the covers.
yeah.
And the mom hears something. She's like, "Do you hear that? What is that?" And she starts looking out, and she's looking, and
I didn't see it.
and the first pass she goes from right to left, looking this way across the bed, and you just see these two fuzzy little ears and a little bit of head sticking up right at the base of the bed. And you just if you blink, you'll miss it. But I was like, "Oh shit!" And she was like, "What? What?"
I'm like, what?
And I was
You're
like,
did you see?
"Dude, did you see the bear?" And then it starts panning back, and I'm like,
But-
"Look, look, look, look."
But then she stops at it.
And she stops, and you
so
see the bear.
you can see it. And then it like goes down and
Yeah.
and then you have this moment of where she's like crawling to the edge of the bed and you just think something's gonna just like pop out and grab her.
Uh-huh.
And I mean, do you remember that feeling of looking under your bed when you think something is there?
Absolutely,
Like, no matter what age you are, you're like, oh.
Yep. And that was a great little fucking jump scare scene too, with the dad holding the daughter down,
yeah.
and it's her on the other side, like, oh
Yeah. But then she's like, oh God. And then, but the bear's there, on the floor.
Yeah, he's just, we see him sitting there, and he's
Yeah.
just, so
I liked all these jump scares. I liked the little. I liked it. I really liked everything.
yeah, I mean, and we should mention when they first moved into the house, they meet the old babysitter. Now, this woman used to babysit for her, and Jessica doesn't remember her. And this woman just gives creepy vibes off.
Mhm.
She's like that, you're doomed. She's the fucking crazy Ralph. But she also, like, Crazy Ralph seemed crazy, not evil. She had an evilness to her, I felt like.
Well, it comes out when she's like, we're almost done talking. And I was like, oh, bitch.
Right.
Don't be talking to somebody else's kids like that.
Yeah, but, that could have been chalked up to just like the old generation was like that.
Yes, and I thought that too. But I was like, there's some, I don't know. It was just
the
too,
old generation.
their
was like-
conversation was going on for too long also.
Oh yeah, it was
But I was like-
awkward and weird, and she just had this weird smile on her face.
Yeah.
Like she was so happy.
And she was like, well, she did say at that point, she's like, I'm an author too. And I write, nothing you've ever read. And I was like, this is
I wonder because I fell asleep. Was there anything?
she wrote the books
She wrote the books.
about the demonic other world.
Right. No, I know that. But did she do anything? Did she plant any seeds to get Jessica to come back? I wonder if she was involved in any way of.
I don't know. It's
having
never
anything
said.
to do with
That was never said.
Okay, yeah, because I slept through that part, so I don't know. All right, so I slept through the middle. Let's get to the next.
Well, the
When
middle.
all hell breaks loose is when it really fucking.
Yeah,
gets
but I
good.
will say, let me just. So she goes, she brings the older. Alice is missing. Oh, this thing. She's got to do this creepy scavenger hunt, and the part where she's gonna like slam her hand onto a nail. But there's one glance, and you see that it looks like a flower, like
Yeah.
a dandelion, and I'm like, oh shit! Like those little moments. That's where I like the director, because you would just pan and see something out of the corner of your eye.
Yeah, I thought he did.
was good.
Did a really good job of setting a lot of that stuff up. Like I said, I just thought that the pacing in the middle
Yeah.
dragged.
Even
it all.
when she's talking to the bed and it kind of moves at one point, and then she hears Alice outside. Right
yeah, that was a
before
good
that
creepy
part,
scare too.
I was like, "Ooh,
Yep.
yeah, that was good." But before we get to the ending, Alice is missing. We know she went to the Never Ever, and
Well, yeah, and that's the word. I don't want to get to the ending, and I want to talk about the Never Ever, the imaginary land where Chauncey takes.
I just wanted to, but this is where you fell asleep.
Yeah.
Where the older sister, she's looking in the streets, and Jessica's like, I gotta get, like, she knew that this imaginary friend was real. No, before this is when the therapist is there.
Oh.
We got to talk about that before,
okay.
because this is when she realizes that it's real, because she's on camera pointing it at this little girl who's having a conversation, and she
With Chauncey.
With Chauncey. She picks up the bear, puts it there. We see all that. But then you're not getting the bear in the view, and it almost sounds like she's talking for the bear, and you're not getting her lips moving. But then at the very end, she turns to the therapist crying, and you hear the actual voice,
the demonic bear voice that she would do.
And she's like,
and her lips aren't moving.
Her lips aren't moving. And she's like, did she pick up ventriloquism?
Hey, does your 8-year-old daughter have any hobbies? Has she been practicing ventriloquism or something?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, 8-year-olds do that.
But that therapist was like, I actually think I was one of those 8-year-olds trying to do that. But she did say, oh, there's other people. And she showed her videos that have like this, they say the same thing, never and ever. They hurt themselves. So she knew it was something that was like alike in some way. She didn't automatically call her crazy. But that's the moment where Jess goes, I should have never gave her that bear. And before she showed her the video, she's like, what bear?
Yeah.
And I was like, what?
And that's when you're like, wait, what? Wait.
And then she shows it, and there's no bear.
There's no bear. And that's
but
your
they
fucking...
can both see the bear.
Yeah, that's your sixth sense moment.
I was like,
because then she starts flashing to all the times that she saw a bear, and there's no bear, and she's just holding air, and they're just having a tea party with an empty chair.
And she asks the sister, "Did you see a bear?" And that's when she's like, "Holy shit! Like this was real. CB, that was my bear, and it's my same imaginary friend,
Chauncey Bear.
Chauncey Bear." And yeah, it just that I really like that part. I did not see that coming at all, and I like when things shock me. Like I did not see it.
Yeah, I didn't see that coming either. I thought that was a good twist.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought it was well played. It makes me want to go watch it again, though, so I can again now. Like now that I know that the entity wanted Jessica the whole time.
Yeah, when it comes
I want to watch it again. Yeah. And also now knowing that the bear wasn't there the whole time, I want to watch it again and just see, because now that you know these things, it reframes how you watch the movie. Yeah, so it's cool to like go back and I'd like to see the part that I fell asleep through, just for continuity purposes. But,
yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, but so at this point, Alice disappears because she goes, the imaginary friend or the entity takes her into this never ever world.
Alice in Wonderland.
It really was. It was just Wonderland.
It was like Alice in.
Oh my God! I just realized her name was Alice.
Oh, you didn't?
I kept saying last night. It's like Alice in Wonderland.
I guess I said it to Maddie last night.
No, yeah, I didn't even realize.
Her name was Alice, and yeah.
Oh, so that was probably on purpose.
Yeah,
because it was never ever,
yeah.
Which is kind of like even with the Peter Pan, like you don't grow up, kind of.
Yeah. But I like that the never ever was like a MC Escher drawing.
Yeah,
it was like all the stairways.
Yeah. It was really cool.
Checkered floors, twisting and warping in all different really directions. Cool. And they did a really good job on set design on that. I thought that was a lot of fun.
Oh yeah,
all those scenes were really well done. I got some Beetlejuice vibes in there, and because the sets were all practical. I felt like it wasn't like a lot of times today. You get these big crazy sets, and it's like they're on a blue screen.
Practical?
Well, not like I think that a lot of times when you saw them walking in spots, it was practical.
Oh yeah.
I don't think that they built like a giant room. I think that they extended it with digital.
Yeah.
But I feel like I don't feel like the actors spent a lot of time on blue screens or green screens for this. I feel like they had certain parts of it built and they were physically there.
Yeah.
They had the Chauncey Beast, which was really cool. I really, really liked the design of the Chauncey Beast.
But before we even get there, the part that you missed was that this woman that was the babysitter, she starts to tell the older sister that she saw the door open when she was babysitting and she didn't understand what happened. And so she made it her lifelong, it was her mission to learn about it. And she ended up writing all these books. However, when she's going through, and you're going to want to see the actual images because it shows like good imaginary friends, like angels and whatnot. And then it goes into these demonic ones that feed, and she talks about them feeding off of your imagination and your connection. And so that was needed. However, the entire beginning of, I made it my mission to figure out what it was. Like, it could have been like, once I saw that, I started reading books and look what I found. Boom, we're done.
Right.
We are done. Done. I did not need to know that you wrote all these books, that you were, you traveled and started looking into it. All that stuff, it was just too much dialogue. It was getting a little bit, it was just a little bit long. Even her trying to get her to come into the house, it just was a little too long. It just could have been like, here, this is what I found.
Yeah. No, that's where it killed me. Again, they just over-explain stuff. They do too much exposition. They leave little to the imagination. Again, now I'm thinking about, did the entity, was it reaching out, like all that kind of stuff. I want to think about that stuff. I don't need everything explained to me. I like to think about the movies that I like
knowing what this old lady said about
certain parts, but it didn't have to be
the types of imaginary friends. There was pictures and stuff, and then why they wanted them to come in there. That was kind of needed. It just wasn't. It was a little bit too drawn out,
Yeah, to make sure they made her. That's like they needed another villain or something. They were like, okay,
yeah, because then she goes and all of a sudden she's like, gotcha.
Yeah, and we're
all living here now.
She's trying to trap them there now. What? I'm like, why does she care if these two are in here or not? If she's wants to be in there, she's in there. But then the fucking thing eats her fucking head anyway.
It eats her immediately, and that was really cool.
That was a fun spot.
Yeah, and then you just see the blood come out through the door. So it's a.
That was the one of the blood spots.
Scene kill. However, I like those where it's kind of like what we did when we did Krampus, like the door grab and pull. Yeah, it was cool. But then rigging. But then it was like the Shining, like a little version of the Shining with the blood. It was like through. Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah. So we get all the exposition at the end where the entity was actually after her, and we get the fake out where she thinks she's out.
I really like that she could look through, she would see a painting and then she'd lift that she drew in this wonderland. And she would lift it up and she saw the whole thing play out with her and her dad. Yeah. She could see into the path, it showed you things, and I was like, oh, that's really cool, because it's imagination,
Yeah, and it's trying to entice her to stay too. Is the other thing you think?
Yeah,
it's trying to get her to, because she has such a vivid imagination. That was I guess the point of the whole thing was this creature wanted her to live there and imagine, stuff for it so that it could continue to.
Oh shit! I just remembered a jump scare from the beginning that I wanted to talk about.
All right, let's get to it, and then we're getting out of here because we've been on for an hour and 10 minutes already.
There's a moment where she's videoing her talking to the bear, which comes out later in the end, where she's like, oh, the bear wasn't there all along. But she's talking to somebody, and you just see a woman's leg move behind the door. And I was like, what the fuck? And she gets nervous, and then it's the crazy mom, but she attacks her.
Yeah, the crazy mom attacks her. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
That scared the crap out of me.
And that kind of, the mom was okay in there, but she felt a little unnecessary too.
I think they needed her
to entice them at the end.
Yes.
Like when she gets to the fucking room and she's the princess and her mom is there.
I think that was needed. And they both had similar scars. They both, the little girl and Jessica, she's trying to connect.
No, I'm talking about
her.
the real mom.
No, I know. But I'm saying, I think her dad went crazy. The little girl's mom went crazy. Now she's trying to be her stepmom.
Gotcha.
It was kind of similar. And also, we needed that. I think we needed that jump scare. That was a good one. That was good.
All right, fair enough. Yeah.
But all right, fast forward at the end. I didn't see this coming. You thought it was a little weird, where they're all happy. She gets out, and what you think is they fast forward to her reading her new book to her dad. Yeah. And the husband and the two kids are standing there, and then she says she calls her mom, and I was like, oh, I thought it was real, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna get teary-eyed. That was
see what gave it away for me was that she would never call her mom because her mom's still alive, so she would never
can't say that.
She would never call him.
Yeah.
And then the other thing was the fucking teenage girl is all of a sudden like, you were right, I was wrong.
Well, because she was.
Yeah, but she's not going to admit that. Come on, how many teenagers you know? They ain't going to admit that shit. Not a one would ever fucking say that.
I thought it was wrapping up the movie. I really was like, oh, and then
if it would have been real, I would have been like, wow, that's the worst written line ever. No teenager would ever do that. It just lost all credibility with me, this movie.
I thought something was going to happen. I didn't think we were going to get like the Freddy
It was
dream
the fake out. Yeah, it was
sequence.
the, well, we're still here, faked you out.
She's like, I'm sorry I didn't leave, did I? And then these creepy, they all have big black eyes
Yeah,
and
that was
like
good, too. I dug
alien
that.
and their heads. Oh my God.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
was
good.
creepy.
But then I also thought it was good that the teenage girl is the one that comes back for the mom and jumps in.
I
and
knew
actually
somebody. I
fucking-
felt like she was.
Oh yeah, she wasn't going to be stuck there. She was going to find a way out. It was just a matter of how was she going to get out. So I like that it was the teenage girl who has had a problem with her the whole time.
And then she saved her.
Saved her. Yeah, because she saw that this girl put her and her sister ahead of herself, put ahead of her own kind of like she sacrificed herself pretty much and put their well-being ahead of her own. So
Agree.
the ultimate sacrifice. So she went back for her. So that was cool.
And then, okay, the only part that I didn't really like was the ending on how quickly that house went up in flames. And I know house fires spread insanely quicker than we all imagine. However, it was just a little bit of gasoline down the basement on concrete.
Evil burns quick.
Well, yeah, that's where I kind of played it. But then when they're outside, she's like, let it burn. I'm like, all right, well, yeah.
Yeah, and then what do you think about the very ending scene where they leave the hotel, or they go to check into a hotel?
Oh, I like that.
And they have this little cliffhanger. Rupert. It was Rupert. Yeah. Rupert. Rupert's hungry, Mom.
And they see this bear and it looks just like Chauncey. Very similar.
But did they see the bear, or was the kid just talking to air?
I didn't even think of that. No.
Or did they actually see the bear because they have the second sight now?
Oh, shit.
And they were like, let's find another hotel. That was funny. It was a funny little ending. It leaves a lot of questions. Though.
Because the sister was the older sister was like, I see it too.
Yeah.
But then it was almost
he said, she says, do you see it? So they do see the bear.
She goes, I see it too.
Wow. They did see the bear. That's why she said, do you see it? She didn't say, do you hear it? Because he was talking to.
No, she said, do you see? And the sister, she was like, all right. Yeah. Jessica was like, do you see that? And then she goes, I see it too.
Yeah.
Where she didn't see the bear before. But
they saw the bear though. Rupert.
But she did see it in the Never Ever. Because with the lights in the room. I don't know why TJ didn't like this movie. I liked it. And like
that scene was good too with the lights in the room.
And it stops and then there was the monster
We had seen
bear.
that though in the trailer. That was the part of the trailer that made me want to see the movie.
Yeah.
So while I hate that they put it in the trailer and ruined that scene for me, I might not have gone to see the movie if they didn't put that in there.
It didn't ruin it because there was a lot of anticipation up
There
before
was
that.
still. I mean, that was all in the trailer though, with the din 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 and song
like
and the fucking. I like the song too. They made like a song with this little light for them. He had his own little theme music whenever he was going to show up, almost like
every
a Jason.
time I watched the trailer, it was small on my phone when you were live. Like I never went out of my way to go really. Like I remember that, but I don't think it hit me as much. Like you were watching it. Overall, I liked it.
Yeah, agreed. All right. So last thing we'll talk about, the Chauncey Beast. I fucking thought it was awesome. This actor's like 6'5" or 6'7" that was in it. I was reading about him.
Yeah.
But yeah, fucking love practical suits, and this thing was huge, and the mouth was like all these giant teeth. He looked really good.
Mm-hmm.
Hairy, crazy big arms. He moved really well. Like I like the way he moved
really
as a creature. Cool. It gave me like Labyrinth vibes.
It was
like with the old kind of creatures that like Dark Crystal and stuff. Like some of those old movies where they had these giant puppet creatures. That's the kind of vibe I got for it. Because
he was very unkempt. Like it was like this.
Yeah, he was all hairy and just like he was like a hairy ape, big arms, and he was just like and it was fucking.
Which is weird because we have the entity that is
like a spider
bear,
thing,
then a spider thing.
Yeah.
Then just this tall, dark, like I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, that was another part that part didn't really like. That's part I felt didn't jive as well too. That was another part that I was just like, okay, what the face guy that kept popping up everywhere, and he had like the eyes, and he would start showing like it's flickering. Don't look in the eyes, and then you go blind, and it makes you crazy and all that. Like I get it because it happened to her dad, so she needed that to happen. So
they feed off of the imagination. So it's all those kids that he's feeded off of imagination. That's what the old lady said.
Okay, so
he's
that's feeding off of the guy's imagination as he's sucking it in.
Yeah, so she said, the old lady said, your dad.
But I just want like all these different forms and stuff. Like, why is he like his face with sunken eyes? That was probably the least scary. Like, even though it popped up a bunch of times, it was like the least scary thing in the movie for me. I just found that kind of blah.
I wonder
the
if we'll
design
get
of it.
Another one to say why.
I liked the spider design. That thing was awesome, man. When that shit was fucking creeping around, when the fucking that shit was awesome.
Dude, when the little Alice version of the entity turned around and it was zombie Alice, that freaked me out before Chauncey Beast.
Yeah.
That freaked me out. So I think it could just take forms of whatever. So I think that was the whole point. I liked that there was different versions.
Oh yeah, I liked it. I just didn't like that particular one with the eyes. I thought that design was kind of late. It reminds me of like that fucking what's his name painting with the face
like
that fucking who is it, the fucking painter, the ear, Van Gogh, the Van Gogh painting,
the screaming one,
that's kind of what it reminded me. I was just like a blank face with these like sunken eyes. I was like, you could have done a little better than that. You have all these other cool fucking designs, and that's like the thing that's going to drive them crazy and drives people crazy. That's you're looking into like, that was just kind of blah for me.
She did say it. I think when you were sleeping, she said, this entity has millions of children's imaginations.
Yeah, I get that part of it. It's just going to look cooler. Like it could have been the spider thing with the eyes and had a whole bunch of eyes or giant eyes on a spider thing, and he was looking in, and should have been looking into that or something. I just felt like that it was like a lazy design on that one look, that one creature.
It almost like they were trying to make it look like a TV alien, you know?
Kind of, yeah.
Like showing, I don't know.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Let's give our final thoughts and let's wrap it up, Steph Infection.
I really liked it. I do want to watch it again when it comes out. I think you can wait until it streams if you want to. However, I don't think it's going to hit like the jump scares. I think you should get out and go see it in the theater. I think it's going to watch it either way, but I would suggest going to the theater for this one. I liked it.
Maybe drink some coffee. Don't eat a big cheeseburger at the beginning of the movie. And smoke a bunch of weed and eat an edible.
Don't do any of that.
Although the guy behind us, I don't know what he did, and he was snoring. That dude was sawing wood.
Yeah, he was. He was. Yeah.
So I wasn't the only. I can't just blame it all on that.
No, but
on me being high.
But I do think if you're gonna like this, I think it's going to hit better with those jump scares in the theater. Yeah,
for sure. I mean, it's always better to see it in the theater. I'll always encourage seeing horror movies in the theater because they'll keep coming to the theater if you keep shelling out the money and going to see them. They always hit better, though. I mean, it always hits better when you're in the theater, especially if you have a crowd of people that are reacting with you and you can all kind of laugh or jump.
Well, there's so many movies that I was like, that's the scariest movie I've ever seen. And people that saw it streaming, they're like, what? And I was like, all right, well, if you weren't there.
Yeah.
You didn't hear how loud it was.
In the theater, it was really scary.
Really scary.
All right. I will say I enjoyed it. I fell asleep in the middle. I found it to be a little bit of a drag when we got to that one info dump portion.
Agree.
Right before the third act. But overall, I really thought it was strong at the beginning, really strong at the end. I loved all the practical effects in there, and all the practical creature was awesome. The jump scares were great. The set design was really good when we got to the Never Ever. Mm-hmm. I mean, it was a lot that there was a lot of good in there. It wasn't a home run by any means, but I think they did enough good that I recommend seeing this one in the theater.
I'm actually saying I'll watch it again, which I don't say.
Yeah,
that
well,
a lot.
again, the two twists that are in there are what really make me want to watch it a second time, just so I can, and also that I fell asleep during a certain part. I would like to fucking say that part, but yeah, I feel like the twists are what make me want to watch again, because now I'm going to watch it from a different lens. I'm going to go and, now I'm like knowing what I know.
What the dad and the sister see.
Yeah, and you kind of piece some things together, maybe see if there was more hints or breadcrumbs and stuff that I didn't catch the first time around because we didn't know what was going on, actually.
I know.
So
I'm blown away. I like that.
Yeah. I like a movie that makes you think. I like a movie that makes you want to, go back and watch it again. So, I give this one a thumbs up for sure. I mean, like I'd say like 3.5 out of 5 skulls.
I think that's fair. Yeah, I liked it. I didn't love it, but I loved parts of it.
3.5 maybe. Yeah.
I think it's
on the
worth
good side.
It. Yeah, definitely.
So I would definitely say see it in the theater. I'm going to tell you that unless a movie is a total piece of shit with no like jump scares and redeeming value, I'll recommend it for the theater. Unless if it's a horror movie and it's somewhat decent, and you can have a good time with it. This one you're going to have a good time with. I definitely felt like you'd have a good time. So
I think so.
All right, it's going to wrap it up. Staph Infection, another episode. Yay team.
One last week, one this week.
Look at that. I got to upload these to Spotify still. I know you can't listen to the replays yet unless you come to the Facebook page or you go to YouTube, Kick, or Twitch. Make sure that you like, subscribe, follow, hit the bell, do all the things.
All the things.
If you want to email us,
deadsvillehardtalk@gmail.com.
Yeah, we haven't checked them in a while. It's been slow this year to start off. Well, the shows have been a little slower because we've been so busy. So make sure you like the content and comment on the content that we've been cranking out. There's a whole bunch of Dirk Darkleys featuring Staph Infection and Maddie Morningstar. I just released a crafting video with Maddie where we show how we put LED lights in this awesome retro A-Go-Go vacuum form bride mask. And we also released Dirk Darkleys How to Get a Goth Girl, co-starring Staph Infection and Maddie Morningstar.
Really funny.
Yeah, we got a bunch more on the way, Boo Believers. So make sure you like, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff. But make sure you comment, even if it's just to throw a little ha-ha face on the videos and stuff like that.
Yeah, we really
Comments
appreciate it. It helps us out.
Help a ton. The stars, thank you everybody that joined us tonight. And all the stars that we got a bunch of stars tonight. Thank you all so much.
Yeah.
Brittany and TJ. And who else? Logan Sear also sent stars. Yeah, you guys fucking rock, man. Thank you all so much. All right.
Yeah.
It's going to do it.
All right. We out.
Till next time, I'll be back on Friday with Daily Booze Live, Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern here on the YouTube channel and the Facebook, Kick, and Twitch.
Yeah, because then we got a show after that.
Oh, yeah. I might have to do a little early. No, I could do it because loading's at 7.
We're
and
fine.
we don't have to.
We don't have to bring anything. Actually.
Yes. I'm not. Yeah, we're not. Yeah. 3 bands. Nice. We'll see y'all at Bar 13 this Friday.
7:30 doors, 9 p.m.
Music,
$13.
Yep.
Come on out, support live music.
Justin Seelig says, "Oh, I love the new content."
Woo! Yeah.
Thanks, brother. Good luck getting that goth girlfriend. Dirk Darkley did that one for you and some of the other boys that have been asking. So, and girls that have been asking, how do you get the goth girlfriend?
And we will see you Friday, Justin.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
All right. That's it. Till next time, stay spooky.
Bye, Scream Hearts.